All right. Here we go, Jimmy. I got to assume that you have some personal investment in this matchup. Your tag team partner, the Rocker, Kriss Sans, in the ring.
Yeah, I got a lot of personal investment in this one. I got a lot of personal questions. I got a lot of grievances to air. Some I'm going to do here live.
Oh!
I love seeing that right there, though.
Well, if that doesn't make a statement, I don't know what does. The Rocker, Kriss Sans, just screaming right into the acquired taste, Mason Lawrence. And how about that unusual style of speaking that Magnus Knox has, Jimmy?
Yeah. He's an interesting cat. Another thing that's real interesting to me is why on Saturday... Rocker wasn't able to kick out of something he's kicked out of many times. Bricks on that elbow. That was rough.
But saw Mason Lawrence coming. He's got a real attitude in there, does the Rocker. You usually don't see him this hyped up. He's usually a little more serene, but he's highly motivated in there today.
Yeah, Kriss Sans might be letting the emotions get the better of him here. I'd be a hypocrite because I'm very similar. Oh, absolutely brutal.
I gauge from what you said just prior to going into this match that there is some feelings of conflict, Jimmy, and I'm guessing that you're going to get into that later this evening.
I'll get into a little bit of it right now. If Donnie Dawson's watching this program, why did the worst team in the gauntlet get the last spot?
Yeah, I believe that Mason Lawrence showed a particular interest in the fact that Don Dawson would be drawing the name that would give the order of entrance to the team. So maybe he got to him, Jimmy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if Donnie's on the take or not, man. I got a lot of questions here.
Oh, well, one thing that's not questionable, the Rocker Kriss Sans has not stopped fighting, but Mason Lawrence has been absolutely relentless in there.
Somewhere Mike Zeke's screaming hair pull Friday and blowing your speakers out, or Wednesday, sorry, blowing your speakers out.
You know, this kid Mason, he is not afraid to use his power and influence, but also not afraid to take a shortcut if that doesn't do it.
Yeah, speaking of shortcuts, I wanted Chris, the ref, to be here tonight, just not because John the ref's unpleasing on the eyes. Oh, yeah, he is. Not because John the ref's so unpleasing on the eyes, which he is, but Chris the ref's count seemed a little fast to me, too. A lot of things seem suspect here. I don't know who. Paranoia could be setting in, DC Bentley. I don't know what to believe.
Well, that is a common side effect, Jimmy. And now we have Mason Lawrence mocking the Rocker, doing his move to him.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. See, I think he got a little too aggressive coming out of the gate, let his emotions get ahead of him, and now Mason Lawrence is firmly in control.
He's bringing the boom in there over and over again, but now he's got those arms of the Rocker really splayed out. Look how hyper-extended those shoulder joints are.
Look how much larger Mason Lawrence's areolas are than Kriss Sans.
Yeah, they do make mention of that. They equate his nipples to the cured meat of pepperoni, an Italian delight.
They look like prison bologna. That's why him and sweet baby Trey got along so well.
There may be something to be said about that.
Referee John Williams right in there. Look at that deep butterfly on that.
Yeah.
Surfboard's way wide, trying to power out of this, getting nothing.
Kriss Sans, known for his fast strikes and high-flying appeal, not known for his strength, so to speak. But I thought maybe he had the acquired taste beat in that department. I think he is a little more muscular, anyway.
Acquired taste is becoming more capable as time goes on here. The problem is he's a coattail rider. He's used to getting easy streets, so he's always going to revert back to that whenever possible. He's like water, DC.
Yeah.
He flows through the easiest possible route, usually paved by his father.
That's correct. That's why I think taking a cheap shot is something that's so natural to him. He's never really had to work hard for anything in his whole life. Except for getting that haircut over. He's got the haircut of a woman that sells honey at a farm market. Oh, and now Kriss Sans firing into the midsection of Mason Lawrence, the ample midsection of Mason Lawrence.
Full Irish whip here, Mason Lawrence, but big mistake shooting him off.
Yeah, and now the Rocker is on a roll, but Magnus Knox still on the outside, Jimmy. He has not played a role in this matchup, not that he's not going to. We got to keep our eyes on him.
That clothesline's the hallmark of Imagine Dojo. If you're interested in training to become a professional wrestler, check us out at ImagineWrestling.com.
Oh.
Big Bulldog, DC.
Prior to your engagement with the Acquired Revolution, you were in the ring with the Thrasher Keegan Taylor and showed us a few skateboard moves, Jimmy. I was impressed.
Yeah, a little pop shoving for the audience there.
Uh-oh. Enough! He's gonna let his mouth do the fighting again.
This isn't what I paid you for, Kriss Sans. I asked for an easy night to celebrate me winning my tag titles. And what are you doing? Making a loser of yourself. So let's just cut to the chase. Lay down and let me pin you.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Uh-oh. Is Kriss even considering this? I mean, it's an indecent proposal.
The hell's he looking at me for? What?
Hey, wait a second.
You got to be kidding me.
How much could this kid have possibly paid him to betray his loyalties?
I don't.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm disgusted.
There's no way he's one of the. Are you?
Look at that.
There it is.
2 and 3.
Beautifully done.
Oh no! Oh no, Jimmy! He's getting mobbed! He's getting mobbed in there! The Acquired Revolution! Oh, there's Jimmy! Oh, headbutt! Oh, stiff shot right to the face of Mason Lawrence!